Hey, what's up, folks? This is Taryn Jones, Kingdom Makers Farm, back in the apiary. As you can tell, this is a exciting day for us all, for me, for the family, for the farm, because today I think we're going to get the opportunity to extract some honey. This is what I'm guessing. That hive number one, we're going to have 8 to 10 frames of capped honey. When I say capped honey, meaning it's ready for us to pull and for us to extract. So we can anticipate about 3.5 pounds of usable honey per frame. We're using medium-sized frames for the supers, the boxes at the top that's collecting the honey for us. And 10 frames, we're looking at 35 pounds of honey, which is basically, we're doing 1 pound jars, it's 35 jars of honey. And the same I'm hoping for on hive number 5. The other ones are still a little bit behind, which is fine. It's actually probably about normal for the first year. We put these bees in, we installed them back, what, March, April time frame. I forget the exact month, but somewhere around there. I think it was the end of March, if I'm not mistaken. There's a video on it too. You guys can check it out when we installed them. So, but yeah, so I'm anticipating about 10 frames of capped honey there, 8 to 10. I think it's gonna be closer to 10, and then probably 6 to 7 on this one. There's two options that I can go with. So let me grab it real quick. So I have what's called the Hive Butler, and what they are is basically totes that allow folks, beekeepers like myself, to store frames of honey. And so what I will likely do for the ones that aren't finished off, meaning all 10 frames are capped off, I'll probably just pull them out and just slide them in here. And so just to show you real quick, see, they got slots in there, and then we just slide 10 frames of honey in there. They can support deeps. Again, I'm using medium, so I think we're good. It won't go out to the bottom, but that's fine. And so we hold our honey frames in there, or frames of honey in there, and close her up. The bees can't get in them, because what's going to happen is if I leave them open, the bees are going to be like, "Oh, honey!" And from all the other hives, and all the other bees from the other hives, including the bees from the hive I take out of, are going to go remove those cappings, eat that honey out, and put it back in their hives, right? So anything sweet that's out here that they like, they're going to gobble it up and take it back home. They're just doing their job. So yeah. But if, like, I think number one, if it's full, I'll use a spray with a scent that they don't like, not harmful to the bees. I'll set it on top, and they'll get away from it by going down into it, clear out the top box. I pull it off and take it with me. But I think the option here is better, because I can close it off, and then the bees can't go and get it. So I'm about to get started. I'll start with number one, and I'll bring some frames over so you can take a look at it. And if all is well, I'm going to be putting them in this Hive Butler, and yeah, and go on down the road, make sure everybody else is good, and finish up. And I've got some extra empty frames with undrawn comb on it that I'll slide in there in its spot so they can continue to build out. But yeah, I think we're good at number one for sure. Probably the whole super, and then we'll see how number 5 is going. I think number 2 is probably not going to be as strong. They have a couple of frames built out with that capped honey, but we'll see. All right, let me get to it. So, gotta be careful with this fire. I like to use pine needles if I can. We got tons of pine trees, so really good fuel for the smoker. As you can see, it's flaming up. So I put wood pellets at the bottom, and I put the pine needles on the top. Pine needles, they're dried out, helps it get a really good start, and then it gets those wood pellets really hot. And the wood pellets is really what holds the heat there for a long time. So if done right, this thing will stay ready and smoking the whole time I'm out here, which is probably only going to be about, I don't know, 30 minutes if all goes well, and I don't see any issues in there. But yeah, I'll give us a few minutes, maybe like not even a few minutes, but another 30, 60 seconds, and then I'll cover it, close it up, start smoking them. And the smoke, obviously, I mean, I shouldn't say obviously, many people probably don't know. It does not harm the bees as long as you do it properly. It really does is it distracts them and keeps the focus away from the beekeeper, in this case me, and they focus on why is this smoke in here? Signals from what I've read get a little messed up so they can't communicate as well as they could. But again, we're doing a light smoke and we're not trying to harm the bees or kill them or anything. Just want to reduce their ability to communicate and take the focus off of us beekeepers while we're in there. So the goal is to be in there as short time frame as possible. Get in there and get out and let them enjoy their home. And it sounds bad, but when I say this, but we'll walk away with some of their food. But we're going to make sure that they have enough to survive because the goal is to make sure that they can live and thrive. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. So this is called a fume board. It's got a uh, metal on the top, and then it's some cloth on the inside. So the idea is let this sit in the sun, let the top part heat up, and then we spray this natural, uh, harmless odor on the cloth, and then I stick it on top, and the bees get away from it. So the heat helps to make that scent, I guess, penetrate further down into the hive. And so again, we're not trying to kill them, not trying to take them out. This is a harmless, but they want to get away from it. So they'll go down into deeper into the hive, which means they clear out the top box so I can take it, and then I put another box there, or just empty the frames and then put new frames in. One of the two. Like I said, I probably just pull the frames out. So I'm gonna sit this and keep this in the sun so it can keep heating up until I get ready, which will be in probably another minute or so. So this is what's considered a frame of fully capped honey. You can see there are no, for the most part, no holes, uncapped. At the very top, you can see a few, but that's not a big deal. They probably won't put anything in there anyway. The goal is 80 to 100%. I like to get 95, 99, like almost all filled. This is perfect right here for me. And so I'm going to pull this. I'm just going to go ahead and put the fume board on top just to draw all the bees down, or to push all the bees down, sorry. And that way I can freely get these frames out without disturbing them too much and potentially squashing them, which I don't like to do, but happens every time I go in here. So looks good. So I can hear them getting all rowdy. They're like, "What is that smell? Get out! Get away!" And so yeah, they're getting all a little bit upset, but they're going to slowly start migrating down. I'll give it about I don't know, about a minute, 2 minutes max. I'll go ahead and look at number two, and while I'm waiting. So yeah, hearing that sound means is a good thing. It means they're running away from it. So. So, got about 5 frames of 95 to 99% capped, or 95 to 100%, some of them were 100% capped honey out of hive number one. I may not get frames from number five. It may be just be like 2 or 3 at most. Hive number two, hive number three are doing okay. I don't expect really any full or even near full frames of cap honey, excuse me, in two. They're building comb, which is great because we can save that for next year. So when they boom next year, March, April, maybe into May, they won't have to build that comb. They can just go out get nectar and start making honey. So they can immediately start making honey without having to build the structures to store it in. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, we'll give them another minute or so, and then go in there and extract a few out of there, put some empty frames in, let them have at it. So while we're waiting, so what I'll do is, this is middle of September. What's today? 13th, I think. So what we will do is come out in about 3 to 4 weeks. That's when we'll do our mite treatment. We use Apigard. It's I think it's thyme oil based, but it's supposed to be one of the more natural ways to do it. And so mites are a threat, as many beekeepers know, as all beekeepers know actually, to bees and bee colonies. And so we try to treat them in the most healthy way possible to help mitigate that threat. So once a year we do a 2 to 4 week treatment. I might just do just a 2 week treatment this time, so they can go into the winter strong without having those pests bother them in their most vulnerable time. So yeah, I'll come out maybe mid next month to do that. As long as it's not too cold, I got to watch the temperature because you can only use it during a certain period of time. But when I do the treatment, I have to pull off all the supers. So what I do is all those top boxes, those brown top boxes you see on Hive 1, 2, and 5, I'll remove those. We'll take and extract any honey out of that. The remaining that we can extract, we'll just sit out and let the bees go out and grab it and bring it back into the brood chamber for any space down there, so they can eat still, get some energy, and store some more honey. And then we'll just do it that way, and then wind down, right? Reduce them all the way down to 2 boxes, 2 deeps, and then make sure they're good for winter. And pray the Lord that He bless us with an successful overwintering, where all of them survive, and we come into March, April, May with a nice nectar flow, and then we can get, I don't know, we might be able to get 4 boxes on each of honey. If we got a good nectar flow, I think. So we'll see. We said that'll be 35 bottles a piece. We're talking almost a little over 100 bottles, 1 pound bottles of honey per hive. So prayers up. All right, let me get in here and see what's going on. All right, folks, gonna go ahead and wrap up. Not as much honey as I thought we were gonna get, but still success. First year, like I always said, and I said before, usually you don't expect to get anything the first year. And so we got 5 frames, 5 times 3.5, almost about 20 jars of honey, 20 pounds of honey. So I think that's good. I'm happy with that. All right, so that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. God bless you guys, and see you next time. Take care.